If you're abroad and get a drink without ice, will you ask some or will you respect the tradition? Will you throw your furniture out from the window to ring the new year just like other countries? What would you do if you walked into a bathroom and instead of toilet paper, you found a bowl of water and no instructions either? Sure, these things may seem wacky to you, but they are pretty normal customs in other countries, and some actually sound pretty fun. Hi, I am Irsa, and you are in the right place if you want to increase your knowledge or if you are interested to learn about food facts that you have never imagined before. If you think you will learn something new today, then share it. What if you will be attacked by thousands of tomatoes? If you ever found yourself in a Spanish town of Buñol at the end of August, I should hope you brought some protective gear. Is if you happen to catch La Tomatina, a massive one-day lie-carded food fight with none other than a beloved tomato or tomato. Yep, thousands of people, thousands of tomatoes. Have you ever heard someone spitting on the hand is disrespectful? Well, viola spitting at your boss or a family member when while greeting them will be considered pretty rude, and maybe you will be kicked out of your job. But in Maasai tribe in Kenya and northern Tanzania, spitting into their hands before a handshake is considered appropriate and respectful. This is often the way people in tribe wish. It's even done at weddings. So imagine spitting on the bride is a good gesture. It's also how they secure a deal. Roses are red, violets are blue. But in Mexico, if you give someone yellow roses and it's goodbye to you. That's because in this country, yellow roses signifies death. If you're gifting someone a bouquet of their birthday or anniversary, you better stay with a good old dozen red roses. In America and other countries, it's typical to clean glasses before drinking. But in Hungary, no one cleans glass at beers or around the dinner table. Ever since the Austrians defeated the Hungarians during the revolution and celebrated by cleaning glasses, the Hungarians swore off this tradition. If you're taking a walk in UK, you might spot a gentleman tip his hat to a magpie. That's because in British folklore, these little birds are bad omens. But if you want to reverse your bad luck, then tip your hat to it and say, "Good morning, Mr. Magpie. And how is your lady wife today?" Want to go out on vacations and want to leave as many good vibes as possible? In Russia, they believe that sitting down with your household before you head out the door ensures that you have a good trip. In Venezuela, the early bird doesn't necessarily get the worm. Their running late is not a problem the way it is in the US and other countries. You might give newlyweds with some sparkling new china, but in Germany, family and friends actually bake dishes the night before a wedding. Doing this tradition, known as Polterabend, is believed to bring good luck to the couple who are expected to clean the mess up and learn how to work together. And if not then, there will be more dish breaking later on down the road. Who needs noisemakers when you can just throw your furniture out to the window during the new year? In South Africa, the tradition of checking chairs, tables, and whatever furniture out the window onto the street for the New York has been going strong. This symbolizes as the act of ridding your home by packed sorrows so you can make the room for happier, more hopeful times. Now, if they start doing this in Times Square in New York, I think I'd watch from a distance. If you think throwing your furniture out the window is strange, She'll definitely be scratching her head at the South American tradition of carrying around an empty suitcase for the New Year. By walking a block with an empty luggage, you're supposed to bring hope and new adventure into the upcoming year and hopefully a nice vacation so you can actually put stuff in the suitcase. Let's include something strange for the US. How about you donning top hats and looking at a groundhog named PUNXSUTAWNEY to tell us if spring is here or not? The groundhog tradition goes back in February 2nd, 1887. You know, before we had advanced meteorology to really goof up the forecast. Well, in any case, if this free groundhog sees his shadow, then that's oppositely means 6 more months of winter. Americans are used to having copious amounts of ice in their drinks, but in many places in Europe, having little or no ice at all is a no. If you're dining in these places, so you will need to ask for extra ices, otherwise you'll have to enjoy your coke at room temperature. Yeah. Speaking of cheesy, in Gloucester, England, on the last Monday of May, a giant meal of double blister of cheese is oozed down on Cooper's Hill, while spectators are encouraged to chase it. Whoever catches it, it doesn't fall flat on their face, gets to take the cheese wheel home. Even if you're naturally a lefty, using this hand is considered pretty rude in a lot of Middle Eastern countries. This is because the left hand is designated cleaning hand in the bathroom, and therefore it's the dirty one. The right hand is supposed to be used during meals and for shaking people's hands. If you ever visited Fiji, you're likely to be greeted by a cocktail containing juice from squeezed roots served in a wooden bowl known as kava. And apparently it has shall we say, psychoactive effects. So you might be wanna go easy on kava or just grab lemonade instead. If your biggest fear is doing your business in a restroom that's run out of toilet paper, well, you might have some problems when visiting India. That's because in some parts of this country, instead of toilet papers, people use water to cleanse them. It may sound weird to the listeners, but at least they don't have to worry about clogging up as much, right? Okay, this still question for me, as to what we ultimately do to clean up, well, I guess we will leave that to the imagination. What can I add to that? Do you know any other customs that might seem odd to outsiders? Let me know down in the comments. If you learned something new today, then share and give this video a big like. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay happy. Peace. And here are some more cool videos to check out from Irsa.